worried about that we lose the deal.
Yep.
Things is going to the movies over there.
I went to see The Accountant too. That's a good movie.
Oh, is it?
Ben Affleck, really good.
That's gonna be over at the,
Make sure we watch the first one.
I didn't see the
Last
first
week.
one. Was it good?
Yeah.
I didn't see the first one, but I went to see this one. It's really good.
Josh won't be here tonight till 7:30.
Oh, really? I was just gonna ask you that.
I went up and had lunch at the pub there on Main. We're still doing a good business.
At John O'Donnell's?
Yeah.
Excellent, good.
I wonder when he's gonna do the
We haven't
other
opened
side.
started yet, so are we gonna start?
We have it, I guess it's 6:30 now, so.
Good morning, good evening, Butte, America, I suppose, it's evening time. I will call the Economic Development Committee meeting of May 7th, 2025 to order. All present with the exception of Josh O'Neill. He is excused. Bill Anderson chairs here, Eric Mankins is here, Trudy Healy is here, Tom Walker is here, and Russ O'Leary is here. The first and only item on the agenda for tonight is a presentation, as always, by the lovely and talented Kelly Sullivan. So I'll hand her the mic and let her go over an update from BLDC, the Butte Local Development Corporation.
Thank you, Bill. Good evening. So a few things I want to touch on. We've talked a few times now about writing off those 3 Anaconda ARCO COVID loans. And when I was here a month ago, and JP was presiding over the meeting, and we thought at that time that I was not allowed to tell you who those loans were, but we've since learned that that is public information. So there were 3 borrowers. The first one was Mark Huntington with the Copper T. And I want to point out here, you'll see on your page, he paid his loan off on Monday.
Oh, wow.
He came in and paid off in full.
Wow.
Yeah, so I wanted to definitely give him a shout out and a thank you for doing that. The other 2 borrowers were Casey McConnell of North 46. The business name is Table Mountain LLC. And the other one that did not pay off was It's Greek to Me, owned by Michael Wyndham. And so we'll be working with Karen Hassler to write those loans off. One was for around $7,000, one was for around $3,000 and change. Another piece of news regarding our loan department, we are going to be hiring an additional employee in our loan department. We're really busy and there's definitely a need for it. So we're excited to get that job posted probably next week. And then our strategic plan work continues. You'll see there's a page stapled here that you can kind of look at what's coming out of our surveys. We've got 4 top strategic themes and 4 community-driven themes. I won't read that page to you, but you're welcome to take a look at it. And if you have questions, I'm happy to answer them. And then we had 227 surveys returned. Our goal was 225. So we were very happy with the response. We had over 40 respondents who asked us to reach out to them to provide additional input, and we'll be splitting that up amongst our team and start making phone calls to get a little more feedback. I attended the EDA's Region 8 conference in Denver in mid-April. We did learn that our current partnership planning grant, which helps to fund some of our activities, is solidified through April of next year as we expected. Then we'll have to reapply for that, and when we are awarded that, we have it for 3 years, and hopefully that money will still be available. You know, it's hard to know with a new administration what the plans might be, but hopefully we continue to be able to be eligible for that grant. So sessions I attended included some of the following ideas. I just wanted to share a few things. You know, how we grow matters. People and businesses are drawn to great places, and I think a lot of the work that we're doing in Butte, particularly with the Uptown master plan work and the Uptown Business Improvement District, really shines a nice light on our historic district and makes our community that much more appealing. We learned that additional potential revolving loan fund grants are available. Those can range anywhere from $500,000 up to $2 million. And the BLDC will definitely be exploring accessing some more of that relending capital. We do have some EDA loan funds now, but we'll be looking to get more. And then the importance of annual site visits to loan clients. We do visit our loan clients regularly, but I think we don't always sit down and talk about hard numbers. And job creation is a big part of what we do. It's a big part of the EDA's mission. So that's something we'll be doing. We'll be, a focus on targeting businesses currently not served. Small businesses, emerging businesses, local businesses versus maybe some of the big things that we try to attract. Both are important. Industry targeted, and then creating impact maps for what we have been able to do for marketing success. And then I think one of the other things we'll be focusing on is staying in touch with our congressional leaders. So we're going to have a Headwaters Tech Hub event next Tuesday. You've heard me talk a lot about Headwaters Tech Hub. Tim Van Rieken is the executive director, and he and Courtney McKee, Courtney is now also with the Tech Hub, they're going to be coming to Butte for an event at Butte Brewing at 5:30 next week. There'll be some time for question and answer, and they're just going to give a really nice overview of what the Tech Hub is, what the opportunities might be for Butte, and how we can capitalize on some of that. So we'd love to see some of the council members be able to join us for that. I listed our annual dinner Business Excellence Award winners here. Our annual dinner was held on April 10th. We had a really nice turnout and a very nice evening. Irish Johnny was a winner. James Olette, who is with Butte-Silver Bow here in the ADA department. Les Cook from Montana Tech. Karen Burns was also a winner for the Community Impact Award, which I think was a very fitting tribute to her for the work that she's done for our community. Kelsey Watovic for 406 Nutrition. Helen O'Connor Joyce from Hellfire and Brimstone, which does embroidery and logo wear printing. And Ripple, which used to be the Clark Fork Watershed Education Program, was our nonprofit of the year. I'm working on an Opportunities in Rural Economies grant. That's an opportunity through the Montana Department of Commerce. Kind of unusual, but the deadline is this Sunday night, so we're working on that. I might be crunching out a grant on Sunday afternoon if we don't get everything together by Friday, but that's okay, and that's for a Butte entity here in town. And then we'd been asked by a few people from our community to do something similar to what Great Falls Development does. They put out a top 10 list every week. They're quite a bit bigger than us, so we're not going to go every week, but we're going to put out what we are going to call the list and put out once a month kind of a top 10 list of things that are going on at BLDC. And you'll all receive that. It'll come via email.
Are there any questions from anybody on?
Just simple ones. 'Cause I
Judy, go ahead.
It's actually already on.
How do you pick the winners for the Excellence Awards? How do they get nominated?
So we market that the nominations are open. We market that very heavily, and anyone in the community can nominate anyone in the business community
And they contact
for an
you?
award. So they send in their nomination. They write up a nomination for who they would like to see win, and then a committee of our board, of a couple of our board members, usually 3 or 4 board members, get together and go through them all. I think this year we had close to 100
Wow.
for 7 categories to go through.
Wow, nice.
And they kind of go through all of that and see if they meet the definition, and yeah.
And then there was one more, because
Yeah.
I didn't know what it meant. Now I gotta find it. Headwaters Tech Hub, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, the Headwaters Tech Hub is an organization of, I think there are over 40 businesses, economic development organizations. It's in a corridor that runs from Bozeman up to Kalispell, and it's going to focus on the photonics industry, which is anything with sensors or lasers, such as you might have in the backup camera in your car. And photonics is a very big industry in Montana, particularly in Bozeman. So we're looking to say, you know, they've got a $40 million grant from the EDA. What can Butte do to attract some of the businesses that are going to want to come to Montana to take up space in that photonics
Okay,
industry?
thank you.
Yep.
Okay. So do you think that with pre-release moving from uptown, you'll have better luck marketing the uptown area?
Yeah, I think that, you know, we'll have some opportunities up there on Broadway Street. And I think that the pre-release is getting a nice new home where they're moving, so it's probably going to be a good thing all the way around. Yep.
A lot of people see them walking around, and I think that can kind of. A lot of people see the pre-releasers out walking, even though they're with staff, you know, and that kind of makes people a little uncomfortable, I think. They're staying uptown and,
Yeah, there could be a perception of that. I can see where that might be.
you know.
Any other questions? Commissioner O'Leary, Commissioner Menkins?
Did you find out anything about Commissioner O'Leary's question about if we could offer an incentive for someone bringing a new business into Butte? And not just, you know, the same existing, you know, not opening another coffee shop, but opening something different?
Yeah, I think that Butte-Silver Boat Community Development looks at different opportunities for incentives when businesses are asking for those. That's not something we would do from the BLDC perspective, but I'd encourage you maybe to have Karen Burns come and visit if that's something you'd like to know a little bit more about. I know she'd be happy to address that.
Which
If you wanna-
I guess to address that, I don't remember if you were here for that conversation or not, but we were just discussing the idea of maybe directing some of our URA funds or, you know, these advantage funds that we have, and giving like a bonus to businesses that don't already exist. So there's some kind of, you know, most of the time we're giving out 25% for eligible costs, but say if you're going to bring a business that doesn't already exist in the district, that you could get an additional 10% or something.
Just
towards
something in a
project.
different category than what we already have.
Yeah.
I think definitely because Karen's with the URA, I think definitely a question for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could put in a communication to ask her to address those and other questions that we do have. We could ask her to come before this body sometime and give an update on the Harrison Avenue South and the Tippett and other opportunities going on there, similar to what we do with Kelly Sullivan. So if the body would like that, I would be happy to write a communication and ask her to come before us next month to answer some questions. So we would be able to ask those questions at that time. And if we did want more thorough, then we could definitely invite them before the smaller body and we could ask those questions. Any other questions for Kelly Sullivan before? I don't see any, so thank you very much for being here. It sounds like you're busy writing a grant for Sunday,
Yes.
so hopefully that goes well and everything. I know the rural economics are struggling as much as everybody else is right now, so
Yeah.
that'd be good for them, and congratulations to all the winners out there. And the only other thing that I have for tonight is that I will be bringing forth a couple communications for the next committee of the whole meeting for updates on the people who receive money for the economic mill levy. And I will discuss what the economic mill levy is to our newer members on the committee. We have one mill. I believe it's just, I think it was 86,000 last year. I believe it's just over 100,000 this year. So we'll have that to award as a grant to businesses, nonprofits, others in the community that are working towards economic development. So if you are a member out there who are listening and would be interested in that, please look for that on the website coming up at a future time, and we'll be discussing that in greater length in the next couple of meetings coming up. Please. Ms.
I did want to say one more thing. On those Anaconda Arco loans, I am going to probably come before you one more time as the full body on the agenda to share those names of those two businesses. I have learned that I need to do that, so we will be doing that.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Walker.
Can we get an update on the puzzle?
I would love to. I don't have a current number on the puzzle. I will come with that next month. Okay, thank you.
We'll hold you to that.
All right.
And if there's one more question, Russell Leary.
Thank you, Chairman. We renewed or extended the payment, that loan related to Praxis. I don't know if you have an update on that. That'd be great to hear.
Yeah, I've actually got a meeting scheduled tomorrow with Ray Rogers. We had extended that to the end of April, and that date has come and gone. And I don't know if construction financing is in place. I don't believe it is, but he and I are going to discuss this matter tomorrow.
Great, thank you.
Yes.
Anything else? Going once, going twice? Motion has been made to adjourn. Do I have a second? All those in favor, say aye. Aye. We are adjourned.